Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks, where we have a nice conversation about something in the world of games. I'm Don the Expert of Calls from VideoGamesUncovered.com, and today I'm asking the question, has E3 just turned into the fanboy battleground? Well, in my opinion, I'll get to my opinion in a second. First off, I'll explain what's actually brought this on. So whenever an E3 is on the cards and is about to come to fruition, everyone goes nuts because they're thinking, cool, we get to see the new games for the next year, it's going to be badass, we're going to get to see this, we're going to get to see that, we're going to get to see these new things from these developers, these companies, these publishers. It's just going to be great, and the hype levels are over the friggin' roof. There's one phrase that is used around the time of E3 that, in my opinion, I just hate. I absolutely detest this. And that phrase, if you are interested, is winning at E3. I hate that terminology simply because E3 shouldn't be a place where people win and lose. E3 should just simply be the convention where you get to see the next year of gigantic titles that are going to smash you in the face and want you to have the next generation of console, or make you have to make the decision as to whether you want to get games on your consoles or on your PCs or on your handheld devices. It's basically the showcase of the gaming immortals. It shouldn't be a matter of WrestleMania Game Fest, where every developer, every publisher, every company in their right mind are fighting one another for the top spot at E3. That's not the case, and I don't see the whole fad about it. Okay, so don't get me wrong, there are awards given out at E3, and that's absolutely fine, because of course, you're giving out awards to games that deserve the awards, and then if it's an award for a game that hasn't come out yet, and they're saying most anticipated game of 2014 or 2015, it's going to get us hyped, and we're going to think, well, if that's the most anticipated as of E3, I might have to put down my pre-order, or I have to keep my eyes on it from now on. That's what E3's about, and that's what gets me hyped about E3. But then everyone comes out saying, I think Sony's gonna win at E3 this year. No! Xbox is gonna win at E3 this year. No. Nintendo have got a very good E3 this year, they're gonna win it. And it just makes me think, since when? When have we ever cared as to who wins? Okay, so don't get me wrong, there's always been a console war. Every single time there's been 2 consoles or 3 consoles or 5 million consoles going against one another, there's always a war. And of course there's always the persistent war that's going on between the PC and home consoles, because PC Master Race and all that jazz. But do you really have to bring that to a convention level? Where you have to say, this particular company won at E3 because 1, their presentations, 2, their games, and 3, the hype. No! That shouldn't be a thing, and it just shouldn't be. I don't care who wins at E3. I just want to see E3. I want to see all the games. I want to see all the developers. I want to see all the awesomeness that's going to come our way as of the next year. And I don't want to be hearing left, right and centre from all these different people and all these different opinions flying over the radar, just going, Sony's going to win, Microsoft's going to win, Nintendo's going to win, because it's not a contest. It's a showcase, and I think people are kinda fading away from the idea that it is a showcase, and more towards the fact that it's more of a battleground where these companies go toe-to-toe against one another. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy. It's one thing thinking that, it's just fanboyism, and people go way too deep in it. It's one thing saying it's fanboyism, it's another thing saying that you want an entire company to beat another company just because you have their console and you want to buy their games. If anything, you're a gamer and you should be excited for any game that comes out on any platform, because if Nintendo didn't exist, we certainly wouldn't be here today with Sony and Microsoft fending at one another with the PS4 and Xbox One. And everyone knows that's going to be the big thing at E3 this year. Who's gonna win? PS4 or Xbox One? I don't care. There are games on both sides of the radar that, quite frankly, I'm looking forward to. Yes, I don't have an Xbox One, I only have a PS4. I can't afford to maintain an Xbox One at the same time as a PS4. But that classes me as a PlayStation fanboy, because I only have one of the consoles. Incorrect, sirs and madams. Incorrect. I'm not a fanboy of PlayStation. I just got the PS4 because it was more appealing to what I was after in a console. I love Nintendo and I love Microsoft just as much as I love Sony and all games. Do not judge someone by which console they own, and by all means, do not go around saying that a company is going to win at E3. E3 is the showcase of games. It's not a battleground, and I really hate that it kinda is turning into it. So there you go, ladies and gents, that's my opinion on the matter, but I'm quite interested. What do you think? Do you think E3 has turned into a fanboy battleground, or do you think I'm just going a little bit too deep into this and you just think, oh, the PlayStation fanboy, they're gonna win at E3 anyway? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you next time for another edition of VGU Talks.